Today, I am going to talk about my reasons that I play tabletop RPGs. Now, this is going to be a little bit different because this is my reason. But the fourth reason is for every RPG elite out there. It's the most important reason for us. Now, if you're new to the channel, you don't know what I'm talking about, don't know what an RPG elite is, don't know any of the qualities or anything, not to worry, just keep it locked in right here for this video, or you can go and there'll be some links in the description to the playlist for the RPG elite philosophy. And you probably are wondering who's talking to you right now. My name's Servant of Shiloh. This is RPG Elite, and it's the place where I focus on putting the RP back in the RPG. And that's by giving you tools and tips, tutorials, and real talk and commentary about the tabletop RPG space and culture. We're doing some commentary today, personal commentary, but it relates to tabletop RPGs in general. Now, the one thing I need to preface this video with is let me lay this out on the table. So for one of these, I'm going to be talking about God because that's one of the reasons why I play, and it's going to be tied to God. Now, for those of you who want to try to have some conversation or try to denigrate God and all the rest of this stuff, what you're going to find is that if you do that, I'm going to cancel your behind from this channel. Okay? This is not the time to have full-blown discussions about that stuff. That's another channel for another time. I'm just giving you my reason. It is not your cue to get on here and give me whatever bias or anything that you have against God. That's not what this is. I'm just giving you my reasons. And I'm telling you right now what will happen. So don't be surprised if your comment disappears, and so do you from this channel if you want to like test me on that. Because I'm serious as a heart attack, because I just don't have time for that. And there are atheists who watch this channel who have sense and who are adults who understand where I'm coming from. I'd love to meet them, by the way, because you just get ridiculous people. And so I have to say silly stuff like that before a video. It is what it is, y'all. All right, let's get into my 4 reasons for playing tabletop RPGs, and I'm going to count them down from number 4 to the number 1 reason why I play tabletop RPGs. I think that's going to do it. Let's roll them. When I sit down to play a tabletop RPG, I'm taking a mental vacation. Now, a lot of people like to describe tabletop RPGs as a means of escapism. And I think escapism is a bad word, because really what it conjures up in the mind is that you're trying to run from something. And that something is normally real life. You know, let's get away from real life, can't handle real life or whatever, and let's go here and we'll escape for a little while. Okay, you might escape for a little while, but you're none the better when you go back, because you can't escape real life. It's here. Okay, so instead of looking at it of you trying to escape from real life, how about a mental vacation? How about a vacation? Because in a vacation, you plan it. And the whole idea of a vacation is to relax. And if you are relaxed and refreshed in your mind mentally, when you go back to the real world, well, you're able to handle it much better. The stress maybe that it's built up from handling the real world before has been relieved somewhat or to a degree, and you can maybe handle things a little bit better. You know, when I play the One Ring, which I've been running for years and years, or we've been doing the Traveler mini adventure that we're going to have here pretty soon after we finish it. After I come away from my tabletop RPG sessions, shoot, half the time I feel like taking a nap. That is how relaxing it is to me, because that is how I approach it. And I don't try to hoist this on everybody else at the table and be like, you should do this, you should do that. You know, just like some people think that this is therapy for them. It might be therapy for you, But everybody at the table, we're not your therapist, okay? You know, but I've already talked about that when it comes to safety tools and all the rest of that stuff. And you haven't seen that, you can go ahead and watch my 2 videos on it and probably get upset. But I approach tabletop RPGs as a mental vacation. I am relaxed, man. I'm ready to go. I'm excited and I'm ready to go. And it doesn't matter if there are things happening like tension and drama and being excited and all the rest of that stuff. That stuff, I'm looking for that experience to relax in that experience. And so when I leave, I'm like, man, it either will make me think or I'm like, man, I feel good. I'm feeling relaxed. I'm feeling limber mentally. And so I can go and deal with real life better than what I did before because I'm able to, because my mind is ready. So that's one reason I play tabletop RPGs. Human beings, I believe, were created in the image of God. So I believe the Bible. And I believe that we were created in the image of God. And that image, that divine image that is stamped on us, is from the ultimate creator. The very first words of the Bible is, in the beginning, God created. And so since he put our stamp on us, intrinsically, we have this drive to create, to express our creativity. Now, this can get marred. It's marred because of the evil of the world. Everybody has a different background. Sometimes this stuff is suppressed and repressed. And so people grow up not really knowing how to express themselves creatively. And they have to deal with that and work through those things. But that stamp on us to create or be creative, that's one of the reasons I play tabletop RPGs. It's the place where I can let that go. And I'm not just talking about in playing, I'm talking about in preparing as a GM, in preparing, you know, whether you do maps or whether you working out the adventure and the world and all of these things that go with it. It's expressing that creativity. And when we do that, I believe we are walking in the purpose that we have as human beings. It's existential. And when that's repressed, we're gonna have a hard time existentially. And that is why some people, when they're like, I don't know why I'm here, I have no purpose, and I run. Yeah, it's a hard life when that's not known. So sometimes if it's been repressed, you have to go out and you have to discover it. Once you get yourself out of the environment that's been repressing it or trying to keep you down or around the people who've been doing that. When you enter into that, there is a freedom of life. There's a freedom to live when you can express your creativity. And it's not, I mean, tabletop RPGs is one of a myriad things that you can express your creativity in. But for me, this is where I express my creativity a lot. It's in playing tabletop RPGs. It's being involved in it. Love it, man. It's fantastic. This one is more important than you think. I believe that the imagination is the key element in the human psyche. The imagination is the thing that sparks innovation, personal development, and growth. And just about everything, we need to be able to use our imagination. Now, again, this usually is developed in childhood, but something happens when we get older, right? Imagine the people who you try to come into a tabletop RPG. You're trying to bring them into a tabletop RPG to play. And you know the thing that they feel awkward. And one of the number one reasons why they feel awkward is they think that, well, this is it's kind of childish. Of course it is. Of course it is. We want that childlike imagination because it is those things that it gets us through challenges, and it also helps us to solve problems. It also helps us to be more empathetic towards people. In tabletop RPGs, again, The imagination could be expressed in many different ways. It could be strengthened when you exercise it in map making, adventure, writing, or through the character themselves, medium and high level role playing. All of that stuff strengthens your imagination, and that is going to help you in life overall. More imaginative people tend to solve problems, be more innovative. Like I said before, the world in which we live is because of somebody's imagination. The camera that I'm talking into right now, looking at the lens and all of this stuff, this is because of someone's imagination. The lights that are on me right now, imagination. This hat, imagination. My turtleneck, imagination. Somebody somewhere had the imagination to create those things. Imagination is extremely important. The more that we strengthen it, the more that we can contribute to the world. So that's one of the reasons I play tabletop RPGs, so that my imagination can be strengthened and I can be more of a blessing to people. This is the number one reason RPG elites play tabletop RPGs, bar none. Number one reason. Listen, if we're at a table and we cannot immerse ourselves in a truly developing story, a collaborative developing story, and really get ourselves into it, if that's not there, as everybody's, messing around and wasting time and all the rest of that, we are simply not interested. We want to immerse ourselves in the story. It's the number one thing, man. We want to enjoy this. We want to enjoy this journey of the story. Inherently, we understand the power of the story, but that's a separate video. There's so many videos that I have to make. But it's the story. That's where our enjoyment is. That's where it makes us think, and it just supports all the rest of the stuff. We take a mental vacation into the story. We want to be creative for the story. We want to strengthen our imagination in the story. All of that so we can enjoy the story. That is it. No story, no RPG elite. We're not interested. Now, for some of you, that it may be something that you've never thought about. Well, maybe it's time for you to think about it, and we're going to get to that in a second. But those are my reasons, folks. 4 reasons why I play tabletop RPGs. And those reasons are the reasons I will be playing for the rest of my life. I can really give you the actual number one reason. The number one reason, which goes back to God, and it is to glorify God. That is the ultimate number one reason. But I was just trying to keep it on a level where y'all can understand, because if I go there, then I'd have to explain things, and that's not what I want the video to be about. So I'm just keeping it on the surface a little bit here so you guys get the gist of what I'm talking about. And I know that's probably causing havoc in some of you guys' mind, and some of y'all might be Christians. Dang, that's pathetic.
Uh-oh. Did I say that or just think it?
But anyway, I probably shouldn't have said that, right? If you got any value, if you got any value out of this video, y'all, if you could do a brother a solid and help me with the little bit of YouTube algorithm love and just crush the like button. Also, if you want to stick around, I come out with videos every Tuesday and Friday, as long as God wills. So hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell while you're at it. And then if YouTube decides that it wants to use it because it doesn't do it all the time, I'll pop up and you know exactly when I have a video that comes out. Let's get to the question of the vid, which is a question that's related to what I just went over, but I'm going to make it a little bit less of a burden on you, so to speak. Just a little bit. What are the top 3 reasons you play tabletop RPGs? And let's not have the banal, superficial reason of it's fun. Okay, we get that. Why is it fun? Why? I gave you 4 reasons why it's fun for me. But think about it for a second. Why is it fun for you? Let's get some engagement going down in the comments below. All right, y'all. That's it for me. That'll do it. That means a brother's got his due is snaggle puss.
So exit, stage left.
Hey, if you got a game coming up this week, then happy gaming, y'all. I pray it is an RPG Elite session. So until next time, God willing, your boy Servant's throwing up the deuces. Peace, 5,000 leaps. I am outie.